guys. Oh, that might be that right? Yeah. Or how are you? I'm gonna go down too and we'll try to put on a movie and yeah. What's going on, baby? We hope you're doing this up this morning. Hey, Jason Phillips, how are you? Yep, you're doing this up this morning. Pretty much just messed around down here. I got a little bit more of the walkway done. That ought to be pretty cool. I don't know, after earlier, after this morning, I was really messing too much more after that. It got pretty hot. Sorry, trying to get this all figured out. This is a mess. Show you a good start. Let me see. Because a lot of us don't have that. Heck, I only got it. Y'all send it to me. The subscribers. They got that thing taken care of. Didn't get you a notice from YouTube. Did you click the bell? That way it tells you. If you didn't click that, that's probably why you did. You know, I hear a lot of people saying that they're not getting their notifications. You know, I've noticed that when I get my notifications on some of y'all's videos, when I log into them, they've been running for a little while, so I don't know, maybe they're just delayed. Delayed, I wouldn't know why. Is Selena feeling better? Yeah. YouTube has a lot of bugs. Yeah, you're right. Yeah, that earlier, man, I had thinking I did a show earlier. We got to talking and kind of got spiritual there, and a lot of questions about spiritual related things. Really good. You got me thinking really hard. So we're gonna plan some a couple big things. Try to help some people. We've got a few ideas. Might work out pretty good. Yeah, thank you, Dreamweaver. Yeah, we tried to. I know we needed help with the concrete truck, and we were worried about it. Yes. Actually, we're going to be going to San Diego sometime this week. We're going to meet up with one of the subscribers, pick up a few things that are being donated to us. Yeah, she's fine. Hey, Mama Crazy Curls, is that what it is? Or some of the names are rather interesting. I like that. It's cool. But yeah, anyway, we're going to San Diego. I think we're going to do we're going to just try to help, we're going to do something there. Just one of those, just some good people trying to help other good people. It's just one of those things. There's a group of us going up there, planned on kind of hanging out on the beach or something for one night. Hello, how are you? Why y'all always have to put that mask on? That thing's scary, you know that? Because that represents the Illuminati. They dig up some crazy things. Get you really thinking. Let's see. Yeah, I don't have very much lighting. Oh, I know you would. Yeah, that would be the air conditioner. Normally I have the camera over here, but she's asleep. I don't think she wants the camera on her while she's asleep. Alright, good deal. You know what? Do the same. Ouch. Oh, that hurt. Oh. Okay. Which one? Never done that. Now this is the good one. Actually, I did Scott. Oh. You know what? I understand that, and quite frankly, I mean, take into consideration we've been here for 8 months now, almost 9 months. So this is our first summer, and it's been interesting. Really kind of. I don't know, when it gets really hot, it kind of really sucks. That's what it is. Decided to do something like this, and I got to take care of that. There we go. Try to work like that. I have said to everyone, hey, did y'all happen to notice that me trying to help Enlighten out the other day had everybody trying to hey, look, San Diego. Is this San Diego 420? Is it just did it just change to 710? Yeah, it's Linux asleep. Yeah, or is this the same? Yes. Must be up at the rumble there. 710 National Dab Day. Ah, okay. Alright, that sounds good. Wow, that's cool. Careful, Tommy, you never know. See? And you say, I never know. I never will. See, that's the beauty of it. When we get to know each other, and people get, like we start meeting y'all and getting to know y'all. We get to know you on a real good level there. And yeah, you know who you're talking about. Oh, yeah, that's what I was going to talk to you about. I don't know, really, what day are you looking at? This weekend, which is Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, I'm kind of, yeah. Hey, was that Eljo in there? Billy Gang. Wait a minute. Is there Billy Gang? Yeah. Thursday. This Thursday? Yes, and Lewis has not had a chance to. Oh, yeah, I forgot. He has not had a chance to. Man, I gotta turn the fence or something. That's what's going on. It's things blowing right on us. Okay. What was I saying? It's cold at night. It stays nice during the day, but I mean we can't run it all day. We can only run it for. Um, yes, this sort of says sounds great to me. Um, but we can only run it, for part of the day and stuff. Uh, I don't know. I was thinking every time I got on the propane on there, and so we can't run it all the time, but it does work good for me. When it's on, it cools it off good. But anyhow, yeah, Thursday will work good for that. And we were talking about going down like the night before and staying out at the beach, maybe going and trying to do something good in the town. We thought about getting a few of y'all interested in it. Maybe maybe get some money gathered up when we're there, and yeah, I'll call you tomorrow, San Diego. I was thinking maybe we get gathered up on what we can do, and just go and like order a bunch of pizzas or something to go out there and like feed some of the homeless that are out there. And I know that sounds a little ironic, but can I hear you? How am I supposed to hear you? No. Billy. Oh yeah, I was asking about that Billy Jack because I have a brother named Billy Jack. I didn't know if you were trying to say that. What's that? Wait. Yeah, I don't hear you, but I'm reading you. I'm reading what you're saying there. I agree with you. Christ is yes, he is. I'm glad to hear you agree. That's great. And yeah, you're right. I was just thinking about what you said. I'm trying to read these comments, but now I'm thinking. I know because they come to my mind. But you're right. He didn't abide by the church. The church, of course, say there. That does make a lot of difference in a lot of what you believe when you finally start reading and pay attention, figure that out. That's one of those ones kind of make you scratch your head and be like, I've been reason for that. Oh, you're welcome. You're welcome. I love to hear about people that that have their own enlightening experience, or for whatever reason they believe things certain ways, and I enjoy it when y'all share that with me. Thank you. That does that just little hints like that, it makes you stop and think. Even I've studied a lot in it, and I know a lot about it, and so I think about it all the time. But it's just little things like that. It helps because now I'm thinking about that. Yeah, he didn't go to church, and he didn't build the church either. He built the church here. This is what he built. Anyway, so how's everybody else tonight, Cardi? We can cruise it. Barbecue at Ocean Beach. Oh, that sounds good. Yes, indeed. Now that wasn't what I was talking about the pizza. I was talking about actually taking, like, seeing if, not really a fundraiser, but, just let everybody in on it. If they want to donate some money to do it, I'll do a video feed the whole time. Y'all can see what we do, and we'll go and order a bunch of pizza and just go and find a bunch of people that are homeless and probably hungry and try to give them a bunch of pizza or something, or give them a pizza, a pizza piece or whatever. Yes, I know there's homeless people there, and that's what we were thinking. It's just, it was an idea that popped in my head. I felt led to say it. Everybody in the camp is game. They're all interested in it. For one, we were talking about it today. We were thinking about like printing off a bunch of, just make a simple flyer. Kids got so type of flyer. Just some kind of colorful thing that says Shepherd's Treehouse and the YouTube, and a little bit about us and things like that, and take them and just take them to the top of the pizza boxes. However many pizzas y'all are able to donate enough to paint the side of the bus. Yes, we were going to paint the side of the bus for the trip up there with Shepherd's Treehouse and with with Flux's deal with all of it, just everyone that's in there, and do this. And then when we're not over there with you, San Diego, we were gonna go and try to, say they give us enough money to get 10 or 15 pizzas. We'll take off and we'll try to get ice down some waters and stuff like that, and just hand them out and just let people see that, and hand out the flyers and or the little papers and stuff that tells a little bit about us, and dual purpose. We're going to go out there and do something nice, do something good for somebody, and try to help, if, Lord willing, or and as long as we can get some help to do so. I mean, it's just an idea at the present moment, but we figured we'd go out there and we'd give them pizza and stuff, and let them know a little bit about this, let other people at the stores and everything, just pass out a bunch of them. We might increase our subs, which the way I see it is the more subs I have, the more people I can share the way, the way we are and what we talk about all the time, and everything that we do. And that's good, and I love getting out there and doing good things for people. Just Lord blesses you in miraculous ways when you do good for other people. And so, anyway, that's the idea. That's I can't believe how many homeless in California. And not to mention, people see the videos, the ones that are, the ones that are able to help, but they don't, and they see people like us that come out here, and we're living out here trying to make it with whatever we can make it with and everything else, but yet we're going to pull together and try to see what we can do about going and helping some homeless in San Diego there. Give us a chance to actually get out there on the streets in San Diego, but I think I'll enjoy it. I know I might get a little, let's see, put some city on the side too. Yeah, that might help out things. So maybe we get homeless Greyhound tickets in LA. Yeah, they give them Greyhound tickets so they'll leave. Yeah, well that doesn't help. I mean, all that does is push your problem onto someone else. Kind of like sweeping the dust under the rug, but you still got the dirty floor. And I agree. That's messed up. Instead of just trying to help the people out, and get them back on their feet, And they call us homeless out here. We're not homeless. We're home free. We choose to be out here. I choose to do this. I mean, I can go and get a 9-to-5 job and sit in town and have a house with central heat, central air. You know, I've had that for the longest time, and I feel better, and I enjoy life better when I'm not stuck in. I'm not stuck in society, I guess is the way they say it. You know, I'm not stuck with people that are worried about the wrong things and stuff. And I'm not saying everybody, by no means. There's a lot of good good people that are out there doing good. When? September 1st. Wait a minute. September. I've got to. I'm not starting those too soon, am I? Because I've already started some of them. The seed demo. Anyway, I'm gonna have to talk to him tomorrow about that one. So I don't know anything about drawing. So. We got 10 minutes. Yeah, you're right. And, you know, that's exactly right. And you also got to stop and think that a lot of them are suffering from illnesses. And I'm not saying that they're addicts and they're bad people and everything. They're suffering from an illness. It is an illness. It's not, you know. And anyway, I have found that the best way to actually really minister to someone and do good is to give them what they need. And I'm a firm believer. Nobody really needs money. I mean, if there's any way around it, I wouldn't use it at all. But you know, you give them money and they'll go out there, they'll get the alcohol or they'll get the drugs or whatever fix they need and stuff, you know, and they might not care enough to try to eat something or whatever else. But you give them a sandwich, you give them a pizza, you give them a drink and stuff. They're gonna drink it. They're gonna eat it. That's nourishment. That is what the body needs. That is ministering to a person with love in its rawest form. You know, that is looking after their immediate need. Not giving them money so they can get whatever, you know. Oh, okay, all right. Okay, yeah, I definitely. Remind me tomorrow, and we'll talk about that. And figure out exactly, so I can figure out where I need to be with them and where they're going and everything else. San Diego. Yes, I understand that you can only give them money at that time frame. Hey, I know somebody ain't coming in through that door without knocking. Bubba? Boy, you know better than be coming in. You lucky I wasn't in bed naked or something. Dark in it. Huh? You said it's too early? It's too hot outside, I know. Yes, this is the best way, and that's what we do with food, water, food, blankets, etc. Yeah, see, that's kind of what I'm wanting to, you know, I'm wanting to see this become, you know, something to where people coming through and we can give them, you know, what they need or whatever, and it's stuff that is donated in. I planned on. I'm going to work on it. I'm not sure exactly which way to go first, but I'm going to try to talk to a few different companies and see if I can't get things donated. You know, get toiletries donated, things like that. You know, things to where we can build, we can have shows up and stuff like that, and people can come, if they're in need, we can give them things, or we can bring them to cities. And I would love to go to different cities and do that. Just go in, basically just sit at a gas station, do a fundraiser on the phone, just tell them, look, get it, and try to just get up as much money as you can, take all the money, go down, spend it all on pizza and drinks, and then go around and personally hand them out to all the homeless people around, everybody you can find. If it takes all night, it takes all night. You'll meet a lot of people, and you know, and yeah, I think it's going to be a really cool idea. So we're wanting to do that here for the next few days when we get ready to go to San Diego. I missed a bunch of comments there. Just person. What do you do? Yeah, exactly. Show them what we're talking about, how we feel, and that's the most important thing. You can spread the word of God till you're blue in the face, and most people won't even listen. I'm sorry, I can't catch up with the comments. But anyway, you can. Oh, I hate that when I do that. I get sidetracked. Anyway, we could go and do that in any city, and when you out there and you're actually coming to them and you're trying to beat them. Not only, when you witness, and when you go out, and when the churches have you go out and witness and everything, what they do is they'll have you go and talk to people and then tell them about the Word of God, show them the scriptures and everything, and it's what they call feeding the person. But let's be actual about that. How many people that, regardless of hungry or not, they'll eat something? Well, there's a lot of people. There's a lot of people that won't listen to the Word of God. You have to show them. And the best way to show them is to show them with love. And the best way to do that is easy. It's just to make sure to minister to their needs, which they need food, they need water, whatever else, and do that. And show them love, and show them that you're not gonna judge them for the way they are, for where they're at and what they look like and what they're doing, and it's not your place to judge them, and you just, and they get to where they feel secure around you, and they start listening to what you're saying, and they want that. They want to understand that peace that I found is something that, a lot of people would like to understand and would like to see. And the only way to get that out is to take the thing that they are so afraid of, and everybody, that's religion. Everybody's afraid of religion. The reason for that is because religion has messed up so many people's minds over this one thinks, this one has this interpretation, that one has that interpretation. You take out the religion and just put in just being a good person and doing good things and showing love, and they respond to that. And that's the theory, and that's what I really want to try that out. I think it'll turn out really good. I mean, someone like me that's down there, that I don't judge people because they drink. I don't judge people because they smoke weed or whatever else, and I try to love everyone, and I love my God. And people see this, and they'll respond to it, or at least they'll have that in their mind, and maybe it might help a person. Anyway, it'll help our subs. It'll get us out there a little more well known. So I think that's going to be a really good idea. Yeah, George. Sorry, I seen it, and that is a obstacle to embrace because everyone is looked at and looked down on because of being out there and traveling in caravans and stuff because a few people have done other things and done one bad apple can spoil the bunch. Everybody's heard that. You understand what I'm saying now? Yeah, there is a few good people, but I like to think of it in the yin and yang effect. The problem with bad people is they're not really bad. They're not all bad. They have good in them. See, every evil has a little bit of good, and every good has a little bit of evil. It's the yin and yang effect. Well, the problem is everybody, when they see somebody that is doing bad, they concentrate on the bad and they automatically consider that a bad person. And it's not. It's a person that needs help. He needs understanding. You might not trust him. You don't have to have him around you. By no means. I'm not telling you just keep your enemies right there or anything. I'm just telling you just have compassion for it, and understand. Maybe they need help, And the problem is they all look at all that bad. They don't stop and think there's a little good in them. If they concentrate on the good and good people and the good and bad people, they concentrate on the good. Well, then the bad people don't seem so bad, do they? The mushrooms you can talk to kind of. You know what? It's a natural thing, mushrooms are. I don't honestly have anything majorly against it because, there is a lot of things that God put here for us to enlighten us and things. And there's several different stories that are even in the Bible that I've heard, and I am still convinced to this day that maybe somebody ate a mushroom or two. And with that being said, I don't think that that's such a bad thing. Me personally, I don't like them. I've done my thing with mushrooms years ago, and I don't care for them. They are quite enlightening, but just no. I personally think that I've got an answer for all my sins either which way when I go up there, but that's just one of them that that I don't think is quite a sin, but at the same time, if it is, I don't want to have to answer for that one. So I think I'm just going to leave that one alone. They've tried to tell you otherwise as far as God saving your life. That's not for anybody to listen with me. Anyway, it's that's what I did was I read another deal, so I had to go back and remember what I was fixing to answer. Tell me otherwise. That's people that are trying to shake your faith, and it's simple. You believe in what you believe in, and that's where you feel the most comfortable. You feel the most love, and you feel the most inside. When you are truly saved, you know it. There is no way around it. You know it, and you feel it. So it doesn't really matter what anybody else says. They can tell me I'm full of the devil, and they can tell me I'm going to hell. They can tell me whatever they want to tell me. And I can look at them and say, you know what? Maybe. Guess what? I know in my heart. You know what I'm doing. I'm 120% positive, 500% positive. I don't care. Whatever number you want. Dude. Yeah, we can set up the water tank morning over at Toys. Sure, no problem. Yeah, I understand what you mean. It does, and especially, those of you that follow me, y'all know how I feel about everything. And all right, yeah, not a problem. We can get it. But anyway, oh man, I don't know where I was. I should have said this. Not a party to it. Yeah. Yeah, I would have to agree. They would have to be. Wait a minute. It still had. Yeah, I read the message. Still had the stand, and it's too heavy to carry. Yeah, we can figure something out. Mm-hmm. Yes, he wants to do it in the morning. He said in the a.m. Yeah, you're right. Hey, ordinance, because that's not nice. I need to give me these message, please. I did read the message. What? Yeah, room. I still have to stand in it. I've read all of them. What are you talking about? Yeah, he wants help in the a.m. Okay. I've been doing good. How about you, Coop? Right? Yeah, you know what you experience, and there's a lot of people that tell you it's all kinds of different things. Dude, don't let them shake your faith. Yeah, thank you. Now, Deborah, how in the world did it? Y'all just told me something earlier about that, and then you gonna mess it on there. That's your brother. You're welcome, Mike. In the morning, we can go down there and help them put a water tank up. But you don't mind, brother. We can get it. We just put the water tank up on the truck or something. Take it down there. Stand. It shouldn't take long. Huh? Yeah, we're gonna put up. What did I do? Okay, I don't know. It was something about Mike throwing a rock in a China cabinet or something or another like that, which I I don't know. I didn't know what it meant by it, and I thought maybe it was. Didn't read who it was or anything else. It just every now and then there's comments that aren't so nice, and you know me, I don't like anybody bashing on my friends. So I thought that's what it was. I was mistaken. I'm sorry. Today's Bible verse is. We talked about that this morning. It was, do unto others as unto others as you would have done unto yourself. That you would have them do unto you. Yeah. All right. Well, thank you. Appreciate it. Yeah, I'm sure they will. Stone soap. Yeah, you know, Allie used to use one a lot, and we've got little spray bottles that we carry around periodically. Matter of fact, there's one. Yeah, we got a couple of little spray bottles that we carry around. A few lines from Deliverance. No, I don't know any lines from Deliverance except for Squeal Like a Pig. That one, and the only reason why I know that one is because everybody made fun of it for years after that show. Okay. That's the first time I love you guys. We love you too, Mike. That's what they were saying. You casted the first stone? So was it? Alright, maybe I'm missing it. I don't know. If it was mean, don't do that. If it was jokingly, then alright, I didn't get it. Sorry, it went over my head. Nothing bad. Okay. Alright. I'm like way behind on these. Damn it, where's Adobe when you need him? Oh. You just asked me to do a few lines from Deliverance, unless I done messed up and went back up and down. Here, baby, baby. That's true. No. That's what they said. Me. I know what do you mean, not you? You only. Is there another mic in it? No. Okay. Special folks. Yes, there is some special folks in y'all. Oh, Jesus. To tell you that story. It is a good one. Alright, great. Tommy's skit show. Speaking of skit show. Skit show. Yeah, skit show. How come when I say it fast, it doesn't come out right? I guess it would help if I had my tea. Alright, Mike, tomorrow, remind me, skit show, and I want to explain an idea to you that I think your viewers and my viewers are going to really crack up and like. I love you guys. Love you too, buddy. I really want to. You're more than welcome, Deborah. That's just who we are. Sorry, I'm in life and busy. Good rest. So happy. Good, but I'm glad to hear you're happy. It's time to grow you, you changed the name of your adventures and mishaps, huh? Do I keep scorpions for pets? Yes, when we catch them. And, I don't have any now. We have had a few scorpions here for pets. But somebody always ends up letting them out or covering them up and killing them. You find that inspiring? Wait till you see what else we got up in our hands to start on. Do you believe our Father reaches out to those who are ready to receive? Well, of course. You know, a person truly has to be ready to receive. You know, ready to receive anything. Spiritually, a blessing. A person has to be ready for it. And they have to be ready in their mind and in their heart and in their soul. Snake Church. You know, believe it or not, I'm with you. I just said that. Listen, I was born and raised Baptist. No, I was born and raised Pentecostal Apostolic Church. Okay, and they have a lot of really strange and unusual beliefs. You know, which I'm good with now. I was very weird and judgmental back then. You know, that was before I kind of calmed down with that. I mean, can you dance with snakes? I am 120% positive sure that if there was a reason that I needed to dance with snakes, that my God would make sure that there was no way any one of them could hurt me. But I have to feel led to do something like that. And quite frankly, I think that if I was to even attempt to pick up a snake, my God is probably going to look at me and say, "You're a dumbass," and I'll be on my way to the hospital. I am certain of it. But with enough faith, yes, you can pick up anything. You can do whatever you want with, you know, God can protect you from everything. So, with that being said, anyway, about the snakes, we went to a church, and I went with some friends of mine. I knew nothing about this place, and I knew something was up. The guy in the back, man, he literally stood up and he got there at the back door. And when he did, they pulled up these boxes out of the pulpit with snakes in them. I tell you what, when they did that, I wasn't even fixing to attempt to go through the door. I went straight behind the deal there in the back way, going towards the bathroom and stuff like that. And I took off out there and went out the back door on it. And I was like, you people are crazy. I didn't want nothing to do with it. That scared the hell out of me. And people will do that. And it's got to take a lot of faith to do that. But at the same time, it kind of makes me wonder, how do they explain the ones that don't have enough faith and are doing it with no faith at all or whatever, and they're the ones that do get bit? What do they do about that? I mean, how do you explain that? Yeah, not that I know. I ain't talking about that, but anyway, yeah, the churches that do that are really they're unique, and I want to understand it, but in order to understand it, I've got to participate, and nothing is making me feel led to pick up snakes. I don't feel led to do so, and yes, definitely be wary of snakes. Nope. Yeah, I kind of agree with you. The snakes don't care how much faith you have. It's the faith in God that keeps it from happening. But it also says, don't test the Lord thy God. It's kind of a point blank. Don't test him. I'm sorry, but if I go and just randomly start picking up snakes just to prove that I'm not going to get bit, that's kind of testing. And I'm convinced I would end up bit. So, anyway. Far from that. Mike, it says, that was a hippie that loved and knew how to love her. Far from that these days. Yes, I couldn't agree more. That's what we were talking about earlier. Everybody looks down on you in church. You come in dirty, or you come in not shaved, but not cleaned, and everything else. I told everybody the same thing, and I believe I heard you say it, matter of fact, that way. But yeah, you're right. Jesus walked out here, and he walked around, and he didn't have access to water all the time. He would run around out in the desert and out in the elements. Yeah, he was dirty, really dirty, and I'm convinced of that. He was dirty. He had facial hair, I'm sure, and dreads, and he was what you would picture as a dreaded hippie. And he would be sitting around camps like this with good people hanging out and getting down to earth, and he would be doing that, I believe. He's not going to be trying to come in and build him a mansion right off the bat, and get up there and just only his friends are coming by to play pool with him or something. I don't see that happening. I see him coming out to places like this, and just being around good people. Next thing, often watch later. Let's see. What now? Yeah. Yeah. You don't have any kind of mat or anything. Anyway, fortune ticker, you can meet. I thank you very much for the compliment. I appreciate that. I really do, and I'm glad to hear that you sat and you watched us from the beginning. You know, healed many. Yeah, he healed many from corruptness, and same thing that a lot of people in Babylon are suffering from now, and that is just blind. They're simple. They're blind. They're spiritually blind, and and he healed a lot of people like that, and that's our job. That's what a Christian is. A Christian is Christ-like, and that's what I'm trying my best to be. My own interpretation, maybe, but what I'm trying to be. But this is real work. And that is the beauty. See, when they said you seek out your own salvation, that's what they meant. You're supposed to learn from other people. You're supposed to learn everything, and you've got to. You have to figure that out yourself. And that's the best way, is to learn everything you can from people. I learn as much from every one of you that I talk to than y'all learn from me. Yes, it was. Had to have been. It was definitely cool in my book. They will call it church. I've seen other people hurting about going to church to get trust. Wow, that's kind of the testimony of I call it testimony, but what really got me away from church, kind of the same thing. I didn't get I didn't get probation afterwards. I mean, I didn't cause a conflict or anything. I mean, I told them a piece of my mind, but that was about it. I told some of you the story before, and Mike, I'm sure you've heard it. But I was a youth minister at the time, actually. And I was up Muskogee, Oklahoma, matter of fact. And we were traveling around a lot at the time. But I was doing a shingle roof on a house across from a church that I'd never been to. But I love church music. If I get a chance to listen to church music, I'm stuck. I mean, I love it. The raw talent of it, I guess. But anyway, with that being said, I'm up there on a roof, tearing off shingles, and I hear this beautiful church music coming out of the church from across the way. They're not having church. They're having choir practice or whatever. But I'm in a pair of cut-off shorts back then, cut-off shorts from style, and yeah, I rock them. I don't want to admit that, but hey, it is true. Anyway, I'm wearing a pair of cut-off shorts, and luckily enough, I did grab my muscle shirt, the white beaters, I call them, or tank tops, or whatever you want to call them. But anyway, and it had a big old hole in the belly of it where I ripped it on bag of shingles. But anyway, I come down off the ladder just like that, and I went over there. Front doors were open, so I walked in, and the assistant pastor or the deacon or whatever he was, I'm not sure what he was, but anyway, he come down real quick and met me halfway across that church as quick as he could, and went to telling me that I wasn't dressed appropriate for the place. At first, when he was coming down there, I thought he was telling me, hey, it's closed, you know, and this is just choir practice, which I would have been fine with. I would have stood outside and listened to it. This guy come up to me and told me I wasn't dressed appropriately, and told me I needed to leave, find some clothes, and then I was welcome to come back. Needless to say, I had the sudden urge to explain about the story where the guy had denied Christ when he came in, or when he knocked on the door as a beggar, and he knocked on the door as a whatever it was. But anyway, he knocked on the door several different things. He denied it several times. You know, and I felt compelled to remind him of that, and he felt compelled to tell me I was full of the devil, and he wanted to pray for me. Yeah, I probably needed prayer at that time because I was getting a little irate. I was really upset. He was literally kicking me out of God's house because I wasn't dressed appropriate. Kind of makes you lose your faith in religion real quick. Didn't lose my faith in God, but lost my faith in religion with that. It was crazy. There was no conflict. And you stop and think about it. Almost every church you ever go to, you always have them people that are sitting there in the pews judging every single person that walks in the door. They invited me to the church up here, and I made it very clear. I was like, you know what? I don't think I'll go up there. Well, why not? I said, I don't think everybody would appreciate the fact that the fact that I wear a skirt half the time. They don't understand that we wear them out here because of the heat. You know, when we're out here working and stuff. They don't understand that. They immediately judge it, and they judge it as you're queer or you're homosexual or whatever the correct way of saying it is. Not to offend anybody, you know, but they'll consider it that, or they'll consider it, you know, I don't know, whatever, and they immediately judge. So I told them that. Oh no, you can do that. Like, yeah, it doesn't sound like a church for me to go to. So if I can't wear whatever I want to wear and be me and be exactly who I am in front of God's eyes 24/7, if I can't be like that in God's house, I don't want to be there. And what they call God's house. God's house it's not in a church. It's not behind the doors of a church that is led by another man. It's not. It's right here. Anyway. Yeah, it sucks. What was that? Yeah. Never started that. Never started. Sorry, I'm trying to get through these comments. I know I got off on a tangent trying to. I get very compassionate with it, you know, and I wish I could go in more in depth all the time and stuff, but I just I really lose ideas of how to explain, you know. I've got to show Anyway, I know that didn't make any sense. You'll probably look at me like, what? What's judged? Pushed away, I think. Yeah. And see, that is so, it's so upsetting to see. And I know Mike. I know, and I understand what, and he's a really good guy, and he means well with everything he does and stuff. But like he said himself right there, that's what pushed him away from church, and that was uncalled for. There was no reason to push him away from church. You know, he's a very good-hearted person, and there's nothing wrong with him whatsoever. And people in church are the, you know, it is literally the churches that are destroying Christianity. They are destroying it. They are picking it apart and destroying it. Yeah, they're not real Christians when they do that. That's not right. Well, thank you, Bud Lips. I appreciate that. You're right, Jason. I couldn't agree anymore. Love is love. Yes, love is love. God is love. Love is what love is, and love is. Love is love. It is what it is, and it brings so many good vibes and everything. You know, put religion out of it. You know, we talk about a lot of religion, but let's take religion out of it. You see how people that don't believe the same way we believe still be good people. So there's got to be something to it. So take the religion out of it. Just being a good person, the feeling that it gives you, and the fact that you know nobody can take that from you. And it doesn't take a rocket scientist to figure out how to be a good person. You know, it doesn't take religion to do that. You're not a bad person because you don't believe in religion. As a matter of fact, you might be a little bit more enlightened. No point intended in my, not the person, the phrase. Anyway. Yeah, that is all it is love. And see, if you just get out there and just do simple acts of love, simple acts of kindness, and help people, then you know what? I don't honestly believe if you have a lot of love in your heart, and you help people and you do good things and you try to be a good person at all costs, there is no reason in the world why you shouldn't be right there with me when I go to heaven. And I know where I'm going. There's no reason why you shouldn't be there too. I mean, no reason at all. That's all it is being a good person. So what is it? It's not religion. Yeah, I mean, let's see. And see, you're right, Mike. You don't have to believe. It's not about that. It's about love. And, you know, for everyone else, for those of you that do believe and seem to think that you have to be saved to go to heaven or whatever else, I believe without a shadow of a doubt. And if anything happens to Mike, he's going to be right there with me too. Whether he believes or not. No matter what. No matter what his thoughts are on it. Same way with all of you, you know. Just being a good person is all it takes. Church is where you find it. And home is where the soul is. Yeah, I love Tommy Church. Footsteps. Yeah, and probably all full of dreads. Yeah. I know y'all understand. Just trying to keep up with the comments a little bit, though, at least. So, start to talk to yourself. That's what the Spirit does to one. Yes, that's what it does. Yeah, Mary, you're right. But Tommy John. Thank you, Mike. I appreciate that. It means a lot coming from you. Thank you. Money. Yeah, it's the root of all evil. And it's showing, man. And you come out here where money really doesn't really mean anything, and you realize real quick, money is the root of all evil. It sure is. Man, it's a problem with religion, right? Bible church, stuff. You're more than welcome, Mike, anytime. I try not to hate anything, you know, but at the same time, I have really strong feelings the same way about church. You know, I really don't like church because it's not the church, you know, it's the judgmental people. And you gotta make a change, man. If you go to church, go there, step up and make a change. You know, what's the worst that's going to happen? They're going to look down on you for it. They're going to look down on you no matter what you do. You start living right, people are going to look down on you. Doesn't matter how you put it. Get up and do something that you think is right. Whatever crosses your mind. No matter how bad it throws them off. Seriously, I mean, invite somebody that wouldn't normally come to a church at all. Find an atheist, invite them to church. You know, anything, just simple little things like that. Keep it. You know, keep them. You gotta keep. You know, a pastor of a church has a very, very hard job to do. I mean, it is difficult because you have to. You're held accountable for the way you teach people. Just like I'm going to be held accountable for anything that I teach at all. You know, and a pastor is held accountable for that. They should be very humble and be praying about it all the time, but a lot of them don't. You know, and they're not understanding. And when they go up there for judgment, they've got to answer for that. But it doesn't bother them, and they don't think about that, and therefore they don't really worry about everybody in the church and stuff. You know, and for being the spiritual leader, they really have to have a deep concern for your soul, not for the money that you're putting in the offering plate. I've watched so many times you go to church and they will pass an offering plate at the beginning of church. And then they go back there and count it. And it's not until the guys go back there and count the money and come out there and tell the preacher something before the preacher gets up and preaches. And it kind of looked like to me, at that particular church when that happened, it kind of looked like to me that he was going to preach according to how much money he made. It was a business. That's all the church ever is. That's when I started thinking of it that way and realizing that church became a business. Offerings and tithings. Go to church and seriously put a chicken leg in offering plate. See how quick somebody has some really mean and hateful things to say about it, and then stop and go back and read where they talk about offerings and what it was meant at that time when they mentioned it. You know, and it was meant to feed the pastor, and it was meant to clothe them and give them a place to lay their heads. So feed them. Yeah. See how quick he leaves. Feed them, give them a tent, and sit there and wait for his lesson. See how quick he laughs at you and runs off. And I hate to say that, you know, but 90% of all preachers are like that. You gotta look at it that way. They and it's not that they've lost faith or anything else, but they're getting narrow-minded. They're not paying attention to what they're doing. They're forgetting the most important thing, the one thing that means everything: love. And they're forgetting. I'm not going to go to a church and be led by someone that is being led by my pocketbook. That's just stupid. So watch your pastor. Watch them. That's, you know, you got to make them think. You got to make sure they're on top of their game. They're the ones feeding you. They're the ones feeding your soul. Make sure they're on top of their game. Seriously. Just some food for thought. I don't know how this whole feed ended up so spiritual, but thank you guys. I needed that. You know, I really enjoyed that. I actually asked Mike, he'll tell you. I open up more when I'm able to talk about something I'm so passionate about like that. I open up a lot more. You know, but I've been trying to keep all of that off of the feed, you know, just kind of hit miss a little bit, you know, just kind of let it. But I think God's taking this to a different level, and it's going in its own direction. I'm okay with that. You know, it's going in that direction that I swore I would stay away from ever again. I swore I would never. I'm never doing anything like that again. You know, I mean, I'm going to be a good person. I'm going to be a Christian, but you know, I'm not taking that responsibility. I swore up and down I wouldn't, and that's what this is leading into, and I'm okay with that. I'm great. I'm actually excited to see where this goes. You know, we're building something beautiful here. Mike's got something awesome going down there. I've got something awesome coming here, and when you actually stop and think about it, you know, as close as friends as me and Mike are, you get both experiences. You get the experience of the farm. You get the experience of the church, I guess, if you must, you know, however you want to put it. And there's everything's right here, you know, and it works good. It works great. It's beautiful. Sorry, I seen that. What's up, Daniel? Okay, I'm gonna skip a whole bunch of them. They're looking like they're y'all are talking to yourselves because I'm not reading these. So maybe I'll tell me to see y'all tomorrow. Okay, cool deal. Hey, that's not nice. Okay. Number. I'm trying to catch up here. I'm on the two. What's up there? However, and that's not everything. That's not. You're right. You have to be a good person, and you have to understand you're accountable for everything you do. And in being a good person, and in showing love, I'm okay with being accountable for that. I'm okay with that. I don't want to be accountable for being an asshole or somebody that doesn't care about anybody and cares about nothing but myself and whatever else. I don't want that. I'm okay with being charged with being a good person. You're going to be charged for everything that you do. You're going to be judged for every bit of it. That's why I don't believe that being judged here on earth is you don't judge others. You don't judge other people. They have their own judgment to go through. We all have our own judgment to go through. And you just be a good person. That's all it takes. Said that over and over, I know. Let's see. Yes, I do, Daniel. I accept him even though he's pagan. I've got several pagan friends, and that's fine. Hey, like I just said, everyone has to face their own judgment. It's not for me to judge you. You have to face that. That's on you. If you're okay with who you are, I've got nothing but love for you. If you're not okay with who you are, I've got nothing but love for you. I can help you. You can help me. We can be friends. See, that's how that works. Okay, I am way behind. There is no way I'm going to catch this up. Alright guys, if y'all have said anything important that I have not gotten to, she's laying here sound asleep. If y'all have said anything that I have not gotten to, I am fixing to go all the way to the bottom here, and I'm going to start from the bottom. We got 200 for a couple of bucks. They actually arrived. Wait a minute. You ordered medical marijuana seeds from Wish and got 200 for a couple of bucks. They actually arrived. Okay, talk about a subject change, but that's pretty neat. I probably don't need to know that. It's very hard here where I live. Yeah, see, people are judgmental everywhere you go, And you really just kind of have to get your own head to understand that they're not going to be there when you're judged for what you've done. You're not going to be there for them. Therefore, if you feel good about yourself and you feel that you are right and you are doing right and you are okay with yourself, none of nobody else's business. Point blank, sorry. What what you are doing is nothing. All I can do is tell you what I believe, what I feel, and hope and pray for you. And I hope and pray that every single one of you, every single one of you, your soul, find love, find happiness, find peace. I pray that every one of you, however it is that you do it, really spread it. Oh, wow. Okay. See? Daniel's okay with him. So what's left to say? He's okay with him. You know, all we can do is tell a person what we think and what we believe. It's all up to them to believe what they want to believe and believe what they think. Is it me? Or is it just one? One. Or is it just one among one? Huh. Oh, yeah. Yeah, I'm sorry I had to read that twice, but I caught that. You know, that's some food for thought. That, everyone should read that one. Forging Secret. Read that one and just think. And think about it. Yeah, well, sometimes they're hard to find. And both motor gray. Yeah. Yes. I couldn't agree more. It's a beautiful way of putting it for it. It's really. Hey, Jeff. Yeah, yeah, that is. It's yeah, the hive mind. It's kind of yeah, it's literally it's the whole human race is kind of like that in a way. And what you end up with is a bunch of people following the wrong thing, and they're not following their own hearts. They're not paying attention to their own thoughts. They have a hive mentality or a hive mind, which they go and work, 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 come home and it's all for someone else. It's all for the company. It's all for the hive. You know, yeah, it's Cain and Abel. Hmm. You had to, right? Cain and Abel. There's something really strange about that. Okay. For one, the story of Cain and Abel is a very touching story. Am I my brother's keeper? Yes, you are. You are your brother's keeper. You just. It is my job to try to teach my brother what I believe and what I think. Just by explaining to him or showing him, with actions, what I'm about. And we are our brother's keepers. We should be. We should take care of one another. No matter what your thoughts or your beliefs or whatever else, take care of one another. Be kind to one another. Like your brother. I mean, and they don't have to be blood brothers. It's like me and Mike. If I'm in trouble, he'll be there. He'll be there in a heartbeat. If he's in trouble, I'll be there in a heartbeat. We'll figure out who's right and wrong afterwards. Somebody's going over there to mess with Mike, yeah, I'm there. We'll figure out who's in the right and who's in the wrong after it's all said and done with. But they're not. We are our brother's keeper. It is, it's my job to watch after him. It's the same as it's his job to watch after me. And he might not be spiritual like me, but it is his job to, when he notices that there's something wrong, hey, I might not be spiritual, but I notice that you're not as spiritual as you're supposed to be, or you normally are. Or, hey, we got a problem. And he would do that. He has done that. And I've done that with him. I don't mind. He messes up. He knows he does, and when he does, I tell him. I tell him exactly what I think. We're supposed to do. We learn that way. And there's times he don't want to hear it. It's the same as there's times I don't want to hear it when somebody's telling me I'm being an ass. But it's our job to take care of one another. It's our job to watch one another and help each other. Could you imagine what the world would be if everybody understood that concept? Could you imagine what the world would be? But in order to do that, yeah, we can save the world. Roger, me and you, yeah. Why not? With the faith of a mustard seed, you can move mountains. So why can't we change the world? One person at a time. That's what we're trying to do. And we're succeeding. I had Sean, I baptized Sean out there in the canal. And that was amazing. I sat there and prayed through with one of my best friends, right in the doorway of the camp. Amazing. I've seen people's hearts and souls touched. I've seen people that have had some kind of chip on their shoulder come in and leave with the chip gone. And I've seen it. It's amazing. Yes. Spiritually, the Queen of Rex. Yes. Yes, if you want to look at it that way too. Yes, that's beautiful. Anyway. I don't even know where I was going with all of this, but I did not mean to get into a own spiritual thing. We're talking about off-grid. Alright, that's fine. Wondered how it all works. Yes. You're welcome. I hope everyone feels a little lighter in the spirit, a little better in the spirit, a little happier. Make that happen. Do I believe that mankind is in a fallen state? Wow. Yes. Mankind has failed. God has failed themselves. Mankind is destroying everything that God made beautiful. We're doing it to ourselves. We are a bunch, and I put myself in that category, okay? So I don't, nobody get offended, but we are a bunch of idiots. We have taken something precious that God has given us. And yes, our ancestors did most. I'm saying us as a human race has taken something that God has given us that was beautiful. And we are destroying it. And there is so much feed and hateful anger and just hatefulness in the world that there's no coming back from it. I mean, we would have to get every single person to understand what love is to change this all. And to really, really have a chance to reverse what we've done to this beautiful planet that we were gifted. Do we? No. How? Look at what we've done to it. It's just a matter of time before it's done. But what's being done has been done before. The Bible clearly says that. This is not the first attempt. I don't think it's the first attempt on life at all. Which is one of those people talk about seeing aliens and stuff, and I know I went there, yeah, I did. But people always talk about seeing aliens and stuff. I don't think that it's too far-fetched to believe they're out there. But I believe differently on that one, you know, because everything's been done before, and everything that we'll do will be done again. How do we know that some of these planets that looked all messed up was messed up because they started out like this one and had the same thing, and they all just blew themselves up, and you know, just like what we all think is headed our way anyway. You know, that's all already happened. And that's what it's done, is it's just destroyed. And the ones that were left behind, the ones that were left after they wipe out the experiment there or whatever, you know, and all the ones that were left are the ones that are you know, are advanced so much to where they run around in spaceships and stuff like that. You know, it's not terrible to think that that could be a possibility. But regardless, you know, yeah, we have sorry, I didn't mean to get on that heavy deal, but I can actually explain how Jesus is coming back in the space shuttle to make you completely understand it. I'm not trying to say I'm tricky like that or anything, but it's just, it's the same thing that any kind of preacher can do. They can make you believe anything. We used to make games out of it a long time ago, and Lord forgive me, I have prayed over and over and over for forgiveness on that one, because I really feel bad about it at times. But you know, when I was doing a lot of studying in the Bible, and I was real fluent, where I could numbers and scriptures, the whole 9 yards, we used to really mess with the Jehovah Witness and the Mormons and stuff. When they would come by, we would really mess their heads up, and we thought it was funny. But you know, it's just different ways of saying the same thing. The battle of good and evil is on. Yes, it always has been. Back to the snake church. Yes, we're supposed to be talking about off-grid living, according to one guy, but I think everybody else is talking about the church. You keep talking about snake church. I know what you're talking about, and that's kind of, that just dawned on me there, but dude, that's not nice. Anyway, with all of that being said, and seeing how you get a little bit of an insight in my mind, and trust me, that's just a little bit. I can't spend a day in my head, you'd probably go crazy. But I think that they return to a state of Eden. You know, important seeker, that last comment. If you look on my songs on my channel, there is a song in there, "The Basics of Life," which is an awesome song. There's also another one that I Get Down on My Knees by Terry. Let's see, Terry Terrell. Terry Terrell. Anyway, that's a good song too. But the basics of life, they explain, you know, that really we do. In order for us all to survive any of this, we have to get back to the basics of life. You know, a heart that is pure, love that is blind, a hope that endures for all time. They say in that song, a faith that is permanently grounded in Christ. I could say the same one, maybe change it up a little bit. A faith that is permanently grounded with love. A faith that is permanently, or a faith that is completely surrounded or with love. But nevertheless, you know, either which way, it's the basics of life. And if we did that all the way, completely, all the way back to Eden, then yeah, we would have a chance. I don't know, we've destroyed so much, and it's hurtful, and it hurts to look at it like that, but we have to be true to ourselves first, right? So let's be true to ourselves. Every single one of us do our own part in destroying what God has given us. We destroy it with everything, down to the stuff that we put in the air, the stuff we put in the land. We don't take care of anything. We don't take care of ourselves. We don't take it, and it's always a matter of how much money you can get. They're yanking gallons and gallons of oil out of the ground for all of these cars that we all drive around, so we're all guilty of it. I'm just as guilty as the next one. Everybody's guilty of it. We're driving around with all this loot and stuff, and we're walking around being hateful to each other, and you can walk down the sidewalk and walk right past the man sitting there with his hand out begging for something to eat, and it's okay and it's acceptable nowadays. It's actually advised. Because of what? Because a bunch of people are scared because there was a few bad apples. But you're actually advised not to associate with them. People are raised on these principalities, principles, and even the United States here, when it was founded on the gospel of Jesus Christ. Our Constitution was founded on it, and we don't follow hardly any of it. And they've taken God out of schools and everything, which is that's up to them. I understand. You can't force God on anyone. And I understand that. But along with it, they also took the love out of church, out of church too. But I mean, they took the love out of schools. They're not taught to love each other and respect each other. They're kind of hard to explain, but it's sad and it's sickening. It's sick to have to sit back and watch that and know what I know and know that. I mean, I look at it all the time. I'm at fault myself just as much as the next person. We've done it to ourselves. We have destroyed God's precious gift here. I know His most precious gift was life, but man, this world, this earth that we walk on, was a precious gift also, and everything in it. Tommy's playlist titled "Good Song." It has several there. Yes, but if you look at it, it's like the third song down. It's Basics of Life, and almost all the way down, you'll see Terrell. Terrell is his last name. It's something about bended knee, but I know he talks about it. I've hit rock bottom, not a nickel to my name. I've thrown away what God's given me, and I have only me to blame. Every day is a battle. But anyway, just check the song out. It's a really good song, and it really makes you stop and think. What if we just shut everything out and went right back to the basics of life? What is the basics of life? Water, food. Simple. You have to have water. You have to have food. You have to have shelter from the elements. Love. I'm not gonna get anywhere without that. The basics of life. Alright, guys, anyway. Yes. I can agree. The life you live out there is a piece of it. You're right, Roger. It is. And see, that was something I had to explain to him. And see that I love that. You know, Roger was listening. I told him about our Eden. Eden was a state of mind, and I explained that to Roger one day, and I see that he listened. I mean, this was a month or two ago. And, you know, that it makes it worth it. It makes it worth all the while. You know? Yes. 120 degrees not for humans. No, it sucks, but yeah, we can manage. Trees. Oh my goodness. If I didn't have the trees, I think I'd have bombed out by now. Every 3 minutes. So, hey, Earthgirl, how are you? Great Lakes. Yeah, you're more than welcome. Um, I don't know who all that was meant for, and you know, every time somebody gets that spiritual about something, it's a lesson or a sermon or whatever, and it's meant for someone. It's meant to, and it's the one that feels convicted of it. It's the one that you feel in your heart, hey man, he was talking straight to me. Not because I was talking to your comment, but what I was saying was talking straight to you. Yes, like I was saying, it's. I hope whoever it was meant for is blessed beyond comprehension, and you're on a spiritual high. I'm always on a spiritual high, and I think I'm gonna find my dad's, and I'm gonna smoke some to maybe put my butt to sleep. My tummy looks sketched out. I'm not sketched out. Been out of coffee for 2 days. That's not good. Anyway, alright guys, I appreciate it very much, the conversations and the simple blessings of the knowledge of knowing that maybe somebody feels a little more enlightened. So with that, it's getting late. I love all of you with all of my heart. I pray the best for every one of you. I hope that everybody takes a little bit of that and tries to insert it in their life and see if it makes any difference. In order to change the world, we first have to change ourselves. So, love you guys. God bless. Have a wonderful evening.